I guess Michelangelo was a racist, at least according to the expert on this, Robin DiAngelo. Yeah, you familiar with Robin DiAngelo? No, I do. I do. She rode the whole George Floyd COVID summer. George Floyd summer. Remember, she put out, there was a bestseller, White Fragility. Yeah, she's an expert on white privilege. And she's white. She is an expert on white privilege. And I saw this story today, and it took me back in time to the worst vacation I ever had in my entire life. Worst vacation ever, my entire life. COVID summer. Trying to figure out what was shut down, what was not shut down. Again, we're breaking all the COVID rules at my house. Barbecues, damn, and the crap that was going on. But you really couldn't go anywhere. And if I stay home, I'm going to work. And then my wife's going to get angry with me. We need to get out of here. We got to do something. So, you know what? We decide to go to Newport, Rhode Island. We'll do a kind of a staycation type of thing. It's about a 4 or 5 hour drive. Supposedly nice hotel. Gurney's. They got a hotel out in Montauk as well. Oh yeah, it's got to be a fancy hotel, and most certainly the prices were through the roof. Get there, and again, it's Rhode Island. It's Rhode Island, big lib area. You know, the social distancing stuff. Supposed to wear masks while you're walking in and around a hotel, and wherever I look, people are reading this book. Everybody's reading this White Fragility book. And I'm like, oh boy, it's going to be an interesting. And we weren't even going for a long. We just kind of it was like 4 or 5 days. We went up there. And again, it was so expensive. The rooms, not taken care. The pool is the classic story. And again, I can tell you how hard it was for me not to blow a gasket while I was there. I probably was drinking more than I should have at the time, simply to calm myself down based upon what was going on. So you go to a nice hotel. Okay. You expect, you're going to a pool. People are going to bring you drinks, stuff like that, have a little bar. The people that were staying there at the time, rolling up the coolers at the pool. And this is at a high-end hotel. Not only that, you got little babies. They're changing diapers right next to me at the pool. I had kids. We wouldn't change a diaper at the freaking pool in front of anybody. Again, serenity now. I start going back to them. I might start having flashbacks just about how awful that vacation was. But anyway, yep, a lot of big libs there, and everybody was reading White Fragility. Well, I guess she's trying to make a comeback. She's got to come up with another book, right? For this lady, basically, racism is not merely a set of negative attitudes about minorities. It is more akin to a spiritual illness that afflicts virtually all white people. She's selling a cure. We got a disease, and DiAngelo's got a cure, and you got to buy her book so you can be cured. Exercise your white privilege demons, according to DiAngelo. And she gets obviously paid to speak on colleges. Again, you got all these heads that are empty skulls out there, which you can fill with your BS. But again, her book has been debunked by people from Ivy Leagues. It's how ridiculous it is. Well, I guess she's got a new book coming out that she's looking to sell. Yeah, what I forget what it's called. I don't know. Nice Racism, it's called. Yep. Nice Racism is the sequel to White Fragility. Well, it's kind of like The Empire Strikes Back to Star Wars, I get. But anyway, she's doing an interview. I couldn't make this up. I mean, all the talkers, oh God, bow down to. She's such a smart individual, brilliant individual. In the podcast, She is describing Michelangelo's The Creation of Adam. Now, I've seen it several times. And I'll tell you something, never gets old. Never gets old going into the Sistine Chapel by any stretch of the imagination. And in that, again, classic picture, God gives life to Adam, sparks life into Adam. Again, she's calling this the perfect convergence of white supremacy and patriarchy. But she doesn't even realize it's Adam. She thinks it's David. Yeah, she sounded off on this thing, and she thinks it's David. So she obviously doesn't know the first thing about the painting at all, and some of the other things in regards to if you actually take a look at it, and the red to the outside. Michelangelo was saying that it was part of the birthing process as well, and how he brought women into it. It's also, if you take a look at it, kind of looks like the shape of, the outside. Look at the shape of the human brain. Again, the genius of that Michelangelo is something else. But according to it's modern day snake oil salespeople. I wish. Let's go back to the days where we actually had people selling snake oil, cure-alls. It was better back then. Remember that video was, it was Michael Jackson. It wasn't Ebony and Ivory. It was Say, Michelangelo and Paul McCartney. And the video, you remember that they were selling snake oil and they were using the money to fund some orphanage or something like that at the end? Yeah. Simple times, better times. WatchDog on WallStreet.com.